Hi, welcome back to Mr. Menta's ELL Classroom. Today we're going to do Chapter 7 of the Red Book, talking about imperatives and directions. Now, imperatives is another one of those fancy vocabulary terms that people don't use that much in everyday talking, but it means to tell someone what to do, how to give them instructions or commands. Okay, if I say, stop, go that way, that's an imperative. That's where I'm telling you to do something. And directions, by directions we mean how to get there, giving directions. We've done that before. So to complete this video lesson, you will need this page, page 61 from your textbook. You do not need to print it. And this page, page 62 from your textbook. You do not need to print it. And then you'll want this page here, page 60 of your activity book. This page I do want you to print. Print this page if you have access to a printer. If you don't, just write the answers on a separate sheet of paper. Okay, so like every chapter, we're going to start out with some vocabulary. So let's go over the vocabulary here. Okay, so I've got some new places for you, some new locations. So number one, airport, where the planes land. Number two, baseball stadium. And these giant places here where lots of people can fit, that's a stadium. Okay. Number three, concert hall. It's the place where people have a concert, a lot like a stadium. Number four, courthouse. Courthouse. So this is where you have the judge and where we have trials, you know, where if somebody's charged with a crime or they're just doing any legal proceeding, you have lawyers, you have a judge. That's where those things happen. You see it on TV a lot. Five, flower shop. Pretty simple. Shop with flowers, right? Number six, hardware store. So hardware store, if you look at the picture, it's where you buy tools. So if you want to buy a hammer or a screwdriver or a saw, you know, that's what you get at a hardware store. Okay? Number seven, ice cream shop. Number eight, motel. A motel is the same as a hotel. There's really not any real difference. Generally, a motel is a little cheaper and a little smaller. So hotels are more fancy than motels, but they're really the same thing, motel and hotel. Number nine, museum. You know, museum. I think we've gone to some for school, right? Some field trips. It's where they have art, or maybe I like museums of history, where they have like old things, you know, like, you know, George Washington's pistol and stuff like that. I think that's cool. 10, parking garage. 11, pet shop. 12, playground. I think we know all these. 13, shoe store. 14, toy store. 15, university. Like university is where you go for more school after you're done with high school. Only at the university, they make you pay a lot of money and go into debt until you're a very old person to pay it off. So be careful about that. Anyway, let's go on to the next page. Okay, so page 62 now. So now we're going to get some more directions. Can you tell me how to get to? And here we have our words in our blue boxes. I'll zoom in on them. These are all words you know, but we may not have used them in this way before. So we have walk up, walk down, on the right, on the left, across from, next to, and between. Now these should all be pretty familiar. We've done these before. These direction words. We did a lot of them in the blue book. Okay, so let's see our examples. Two people talking. Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the laundromat from here? Might have to redo that. Yeah. Well, the end of the word's chopped off, but it's get. Sure. Walk up Main Street and you'll see the laundromat on the right, across from the drugstore. Thank you. Next one. Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the post office from here? Sure. Walk down Main Street and you'll see the post office on the left next to the high school. And notice what they've done here, by the way. I'll go back and make this more clear. This is kind of, we're saying this is kind of our map, this thing here. Okay? So this is a weird little illustration, actually. This is kind of a strange picture. They're saying this is Main Street. So this person's asking for directions. He's at the drugstore. See? So let's find the drugstore here. Here's the drugstore. Okay? And then he wants to get to the post office. Alright? So here's the post office. So he needs to walk down Main Street like this. And then he'll see the post office on his left. You know, if this is him, he starts here, goes down Main Street. The post office is going to be on his left. Okay? Next to the high school. And the same thing over here. They're starting at the post office. See? So they're standing at the post office, so they need to go up north. Let's see here. About the same. Okay. I was just checking the next assignment. So you need to go up north, up Main Street, to get to the laundromat. So here's the laundromat. So go up Main Street, and you'll see the laundromat on your right across from the drugstore. So we're going to be using this picture in the activity. That's why we're going over this. Okay, so let's do a few together. All right, so let's see here. Number 1. Okay. So number 1, we have this picture of these two people here, and the first thing we're going to notice is they're at the library. Okay? So, that puts them here. And where do they want to get to? It tells us right here. They want to get to the clinic. Okay? So the first thing we're going to say is, well, we're here and we want to get here. Okay? So, we're going to need to go this way. This is up Main Street. So go up Main Street, and then you'll see the clinic on the right. Okay? And then there's any number of things we can say now using our vocabulary. You could say you'll want to go up Main Street, and you'll see the clinic on your right next to the bakery. Or next to the shoe store. Or you could say between the bakery and the shoe store. Or you could say across from the toy store. You have a lot of options. And that makes sense. Later in the book, you get more and more options. But do you understand what we're doing here? She asked how to get to the clinic from the library. So this is our starting point, the library. This is our end point, the clinic. And we're going to tell her you go from the library, you go up Main Street, and then you'll see the clinic on your right next to the bakery. Okay? Or you could say something else. You could say between the bakery and the shoe store. But we're trying to tell them how to get from here to here. Okay? So, this is a little bit tricky. Again, this exercise works a lot better if you have somebody at your house to practice speaking to. So, if you have a brother or a sister at your house who you can practice your English skills with, and I know some of you do, this is a great speaking exercise to practice with them. Or maybe if your parents aren't busy and they are, if they have time, I know a lot of people are busy right now, but if they do have time, you can ask them to practice this with you. It's a good thing to practice there, giving directions. This is something a lot of people do, although I use Google Maps mostly. So we're going to practice. Otherwise, you're going to write them, and we're going to write, we'll say, the first 3. That should be enough. So again, you'll need three sets of dialogue. Okay, so this first person, she's going to say, "Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the clinic from here?" Okay, that's going to be the first thing you write. And then this person is going to say, "Sure," which means yes. "Walk up Main Street and you'll see the clinic on your right next to the bakery." That's what he's going to say. And then she will say, "Thank you." Okay. So, this is a combination of things we've already done. So this is a little bit of review from things that we were doing earlier in the year. So hopefully you remember that, because we have done several give direction things before. If you don't remember it, this would be a good time to re-watch one of the earlier chapters about giving directions, and I'm going to post the link to that in the description of this video. So if you feel lost right now, pause the video, go to the description link, and go watch the, click on the link I gave that is an earlier lesson about giving directions, okay? And then do that instead, okay? But if this doesn't seem too tricky to you, if you think you got it, let's move forward. I want you to do number 1, number 2, and number 3. And I did number 1 for you. All you got to do is copy down what I said. So go ahead and do number 4. Okay? You can do that. And, yeah, so do 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I did this one for you, and you'll have to do 3 on your own. That's plenty. Then we'll do our worksheet. Okay? So pause the video now and write down directions, write down the conversations between the 1, 2, 3, and 4. Use this picture, this map. This is a map, okay, to find out where everything is. This is a map of Main Street. Okay? All right, so pause the video and write your answers. All right, did you pause the video and write your answers? Good. So let's go over it. So this person's going to say, "Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the police station from here?" That's what you should have written the first thing. "Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the police station from here?" And so where's here? Let's look at the sign. He's at the bakery. So, here's the bakery, and here's the police station. Okay? So, to get from the bakery to the police station, this person will say, "Sure, walk down Main Street, and you'll see the police station, okay, on your right." Okay? So to get from the bakery to the police station, you walk down, and you'll see the police station on your right, next to the library. Or you could have said next to the bank, or you could have said between the bank and the library, or you could have said across from the high school. Okay? So you had options. But those were your options. Number 3. So, again, this person's going to say, excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the drugstore from here? Okay, so we're at the bank. So here's the bank, here's the drugstore. So the other person will answer, sure, walk up Main Street and you'll see the drugstore on the left, next to the barber shop. Or across from the laundromat. And last one, number 4. Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the library from here? So we're at the laundromat. Okay, so we're at the laundromat. That's what the sign said. And we're looking for the library. So we'll say, sure, walk down Main Street and you'll see the library on your right, across from the post office, or next to the police station. Okay, so that's a start on giving directions with imperatives. We're going to go ahead and finish this because I think this will make it a little more clear. We're going to add the worksheet too. So now we've got our worksheet to do. Okay. Yeah, that's what I want. There we go. All right. So, practicing the same thing. How do I get there? And we're going to fill in the blanks with these words. Across from, between, next to, on the right, on the left, walk up, and walk down. Same thing we've been practicing. So we have a little map here. And it says, number 1, excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the library from here? Now see, these are the people talking, and they're at the high school. Okay? So, here's the high school. Here's the library. Okay? This is what we're talking about. So it says, sure, walk up South Street, and you'll see the library on the right, across from the barber shop. See? So the stuff she said here, we can see on the map here. Again, they started at the high school. See? It says high school. Okay? And then we go up South Street, and you'll see the library on the right, across from the barber shop, which here's the barber shop. All right. See what we're doing? So we look at the map, and then we fill in the answers to this using the words in the box. Okay? And that's it. So, using the map, find the answers to here, fill in the words in the box, okay? I'll do the first one together with you. So, number 2. Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the clinic from here? Okay, so they're at where? Here, the police station. So start at the police station. Now we need to find the clinic. Where's the clinic? It's here, right? The clinic. This is the police station. This is the clinic. So, to get to the clinic from the police station, we will go up South Street. So we're going up South Street. And then you'll see the clinic on where? Well, we'll say walk up. Walk up South Street. So is the clinic, we're walking up South Street like this. Is the clinic on the right or on the left? Which side? This is, see? It's over here. It's on the left. Okay? So this is walk up South Street and you'll see the clinic on the left. And then they say shoe store. So what goes here? Is it across from the shoe store? Is it between the shoe store? What is it? I'm going to stop there. I'm going to go because I don't want to give you all the answers. But remember, if you're not sure what to write, these are the answers. It's going to be one of these words. So you can just look at the list and see what fits. Okay? All right. Let's get some practice. Pause the video, fill in the worksheet, and then we'll be done with this video. Okay? All right. Did you pause the video and fill in the worksheet? Good. Let's go back to number 2 then. All right. So number 2. Excuse me. Can you tell me how to get to the clinic from here? So we're at the police station. Here's the police station. And we're trying to get to the clinic here. So to get from the police station to the clinic, we will walk up South Street, and you'll see the clinic on the left. Walk up South Street, you'll see the clinic on the left. Okay? Next to the shoe store. Next to the shoe store. So again, walk up South Street and you'll see the clinic on the left next to the shoe store. All right? Let's do number 3. Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the toy store from here? Okay, so in the picture, we're at the bank. We want to get to the toy store. Here's the bank. Here's the toy store. Okay? So, we're going to walk up South Street, and you'll see the toy store on your right, across from the clinic. See, here's the clinic, here's the toy store, it's across from it. So again, number 3, walk up South Street, and you'll see the toy store on the right. Next to the clinic. All right? Let's do number 4. Number 4. Excuse me. Can you tell me how to get to the drug store from here? So we're at the barber shop, and we're going to the drug store. So first, where's the barber shop? Okay, the barber shop's all the way up here. And the drug store is down here. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is walk down South Street. Okay? We're walking down South Street this way. And then you'll see the toy store, or the barber shop. The drug store? Ugh, the drug store. You'll see the drug store on your left. So walk down South Street, and you'll see the drugstore on your left. Okay? And then it is between the bookstore and the police station. So here's the bookstore, here's the police station. So again, walk down South Street, and you'll see the drugstore on your left, between the bookstore and the police station. Got that? Okay. And number 5, last question. Okay. Excuse me. Can you tell me how to get to the high school from here? So, they're at the library. So here's the library. So this is us. We're starting here at the library. And we need to get to the high school, all the way down at the bottom. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is walk down South Street. Okay? And you'll see the high school on your right. Okay? Next to the bank. And what is that last word it has there? And across from the police station. So again, walk down South Street, and you'll see the high school on your right, next to the bank, and across from the police station. Okay, got all that? Okay, very good. Very good. So they're building heavily on previous lessons about giving directions in this. So again, if this doesn't seem familiar to you, then click on the link I provided in the description of the YouTube video to go read the other lesson about giving directions and do that lesson instead. So if you feel a little lost, go do the other lesson about directions first, and then you can do this lesson next week. Okay? Otherwise, good work, and I will see you in the next video.